What up, everybody? It's Ponzer here, and today we've got a 5v5 match mode on Seaside, and this was played like today. Um, and now I'm just sitting back and doing a little bit of analysis on it. It's not a very good game, but I think it was a good learning experience for me and. Hopefully I can turn it into a good learning experience. So this is played on J-Man's Matchmode server. So again, shout outs to him for hosting these. And yeah, everybody can play badly in pubs, but when we're doing match modes, we can have a select few, the elite of the elite, play badly in match mode. And yeah, the it's going to be a 5v5 and the teams are stacked. And it's a non-trivial problem to like get non-stacked teams. They're not even sorted out yet. I'm just gonna speed it up. But yeah, we're on Seaside, and we end up with this team right here. And this is if I could play with a group like this all the time, we've got Twinks and his Smurf with his hilarious clan. You got Wally, Gut, and Cat. And we're doing double air, which is fine. Like, back in the day, I was always dubious of double air on Seaside, just because it's such a good map for infantry play. So like, why even bother with double air? And you're gonna see, there's really one moment where it all comes together, and like the game is decided. And it's in that first, rush for the cap. And when we're planning this out, we're all actually talking at this, or at least four of us are talking. Wally likes to be silent. But the big thing is just getting that cap and denying the cap and stuffing up, like getting deep into their initial push and fucking it up. And really, if you can fuck it up hard enough, you've got this. And I'm also gonna highlight Gut Player, because Gut Player is actually an air player. Like, I'm not an air player. Really, I have no business playing air in match mode, like in a highly competitive match mode. I think I just embarrass myself. But we're up against, and this is the other thing. Revlift's not actually playing. Yeah, we're talking about the last game, which was a disaster. Revlift's not playing. Their team, it's just like unranked. Singularity and General X are great, but the other, not as much experience doing at match modes at a high level. So we're gonna see how that goes, and they're doing double inf. So Spirit and We6 are, and here comes the air. We stuff them up. They get out of their trucks. Unfortunately, I don't notice at the time that there's another wave of trucks coming in, but Gut Player gets chewed up pretty badly, and I take a few unnecessary hits of a missile, and then here comes Spirit Gun, and I should have been on top of him to try to get him, but look at this. Twinks to the rescue. This saves the game for us. Just that simple, that saves us right there. That's it. That's GG, pretty much. That's all you need, is to deny that cap. And like, not enough people understand that that's all it takes, is denying that initial cap, because that's like a lot of TA that they didn't have. If you think of it like maybe 3 or 4 players would have gotten whatever you get from a triple pointer, like 7 TA. Like, it's almost 30 TA. That's a whole player. That's all their drops right there. So instead, and then we know we're going up against double inf. So what do? Teflon or Twinks and Cat both do triple drops. Critical, And so this is great. This is great stuff. This is how you deal with, the air players have to protect town from getting capped. That's job number 1. And I missed who did that. Who fucking drops LGBs on that shit? Fuck's sake. But yeah, denying the cap massively critical. And then the other thing the air player can do, especially on Seaside, is help you win the side. So I don't know if I was too busy obsessing about the center of town, but we had good players, chopper over here helping cap the beach, and another chopper over here helping to control research at least, or like getting rid of those forts, which is really important. Like you have to kill the little vehicles that are forting up that place immediately, like within the first few minutes, because as soon as they get forts up there, it's a trouble. And we deny the cap there. That's fortunate. So we're getting lucky here, but Good is splitting up his choppers, and this is something I get, like, this is how big of a noob I am, like, and also, like, my choppers are always dead. I can't even split them up, and, like, Good just says, like, you have to split your choppers up on this map, because, you know, you have to be fucking up the beach, and you have to be fucking up the research. Meanwhile, like, I kind of focus mainly on town, helping there, but we get this cap, and this is some passive play by them. Like, if I was on the other team, I'd be yelling at them to cap. Like, Spirit, you know, that's one thing I think Spirit could improve is getting those like, jumping on the caps when they can. But look at us, like, we're piling on. We know we have to defend and prevent them from getting a cap themselves. So we're going to put all our units on there. And I want to get rid of this infant town. And here is the second or third cap from our side. And again, Good player is helping out here, and he's also keeping an eye on the beach. But the main thing is we've taken town, and now their infantry players have kind of collapsed. And at some point, W6 switches off of inf, but the combination of drops from Twink and Cat just control. And I think Cat is just a very, very strong infantry player, and he can deal with a 2v1 situation. But the added help of us generating a lot more TA, and they do finally, like, just one fucking guy, and yeah, they get the cap, but it's too late now. We've gotten like 2 or 3 caps on them. The TA has piled up, and you're going to see how we use it. In the meantime, the air players are just kind of, you know, Good as beat to shit. Look, he's kept all his choppers alive. Like, I've died a few times doing stupid stuff, but yeah, I don't know what he's talking about there. And yeah, this is also good, you know, killing anything on this point. Like, you can't let them fort this up. Like, you have to kill everything here all the time. And again, good, just YOLOing choppers, clearing beach is great. And I'm gonna charge into town because I want us to cap. And yeah, our team is on top of it. So I'm just chilling here, waiting for the inevitable heavy tank. But oh, these fucking pairs, man! Look at the spread, excellent spread by W6, and I'm like, I can't get this one get. Lucky fucker. But yeah, the direct RD cleans them up, and boom, that's another cap, and we get 2 different players on there. And go with the YOLOing, just YOLOing in there. And just note the difference. Like, he's keeping his choppers split up. I'm just treating it like a pub. Like, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go kill Jeeps. This is gonna piss him off. And then I realize, like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, this is a match mode. I gotta go back, and there's this shit over here. Meanwhile, it gets just like, he's all over the map. It's good stuff. And just, you know, Cat maintaining a very strong position in town. Their infantry players are just, they can never recover from the initial failure of their push and that initial blocking of the cap. And I've noticed that there's shit in this forest, and I go and I scan with my choppers and just see a fucking swarm of inf. But I just keep them busy enough to let us get the cap, and then, you know, good job. Like, Spirit's gonna refill this reg inf before I can even fucking kill it, and then I just get frustrated and leave, which is good stuff. And this would have been a time where, yeah, one chopper probably could have, one or two choppers should have stayed there, and the rest should have gone and done something else. And yeah, we had generated so much TA. Teflon Don is just like, yo, I got a nuke, and we're like, fucking just do it. And we actually had to wait for the timer. We had generated that much TA, before the timer had even come up. And miraculously, Cat's drop survived too. Like, just very lucky shit this game. And we get another cap of town. And yeah, it's basically GG. It was GG from that moment, like just stuffing that town push. Like, that's how critical that town push is in the initial, especially for the USSR side. Like, USSR should cap town, under most circumstances, I think. And I'm just I'm having a great time. I never really play air in match modes, clearly, but this game I did. And I'm up against Frenix support. Like, Frenix support's it's not like I'm up against Wally or something, but damn. And when you're in a position like this, you can't, again, this is a match mode. We're not trying to play nice. We're trying to win as soon as possible, and practically it just means there's more games can be played. But also, you got to drop the heavy arties. You got to go and push and cap their spawn rape them. You got to do these things. I'm going back and killing these paras, just cause I really have nothing else better to do. But we go in and we're like, yeah, we can go. Let's just run for it. And Wally puts down the air to air. And at this point, yeah, Weesick at some point had switched to. He switched to air. It's belated, like too late. Yeah, well, that's kind of a letdown of an air to air. But man, that was a blitzkrieg of a match mode game. And yeah, the teams are stacked. Like, I'm the worst player on this team. Like, not to say much about me anyways, but damn, yeah. So hopefully you can learn some lessons. Like, guys, like, you gotta take that town. You can't let them, and you gotta sit a parking unit on and defend it, or else you're gonna fail. So yeah, that's a quick one on Seaside. Hopefully we're gonna get some good match mode soon. And yeah, see you guys later.